Welcome to AIM High School's first student art exhibition. Thank you all so much for coming out. Jordan. Thank you all so much for coming out and supporting our student artists and our creative arts department here at AIM. Most of you probably know this already. I'm Ms. Guzman. I'm the art teacher. In addition to teaching here at AIM, I'm also active in the Detroit art community. I run my own freelance art business. I've been painting murals, selling my work at shows, and displaying my work in galleries for the last 7 years or so. I'm very passionate about the arts, and my goal here is to provide opportunities for young artists to showcase their work, not just within the walls of AIM, but also out in the community for everybody to see. I feel that these opportunities help the students build confidence and give them a better idea of what possibilities are waiting for them in the arts when they go out into the world. Another focus of mine is creating an environment where students can freely explore and express their creative interests without being tethered to traditional artistic values. The art world is immensely expansive and constantly evolving, and I believe there's room for everyone, regardless of your background, skill level, or area of interest. And on that note, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll give a quick rundown of how the evening's going to go. So first, we're going to have our first group of artists here give their talks. When they're done, we're going to have some little finger sandwiches out so you guys can get some more food. After you guys get your sandwiches, we'll have another group of artists give their talks. And then there's going to be a little dessert. And then we should all have some time to kind of head downstairs and check out the art if you guys haven't already. Yeah, and then one last thing, I want to thank Mr. Landrum, Ms. Nellett, Mr. Randolph, and Mr. Bedore, my creative arts team. Thank you guys so much for your help and your support throughout this planning process. And thank you to Mr. Schomer and the AIM High cooking class for putting the food together. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. We got Owen, Emily, Xavier, and Angus. Owen's gonna get us started here. All right, come on, Owen.
Here now.
You're here now.
Hello, my name is Owen. I've recently created this charming little pixelated digital art piece. Right here, if you're wondering. I call it Desert Road, and it was created in a bit of a strange way. Initially, it was meant to be similar to a stage in Street Fighter, so I could practice creating landscapes and scenes. However, I decided to change the initial marketplace-esque area into a road, and then I made tiny changes, added shading, and edited matter throughout the day. Eventually, through the thought process of, hey, that looks cool, and it makes sense to be in my piece. I should add it. I came up with the art you see now.
My name is Emily Smythe, and I am currently an 11th grader at AIM High School. One thing I would like to share with you today is how I have chosen to do artwork based on the dog breed, the Golden Retriever. I have spent a lot of time with this breed, visiting different places in my lifetime, and just fell in love with them. I've been exploring different images online and just decided to jot them down with pencil and paper. Since I was in 10th grade, my favorite method of drawing is tracing. I find this easier and my projects turn out nicer. But the drawing you will be seeing today is a hand-drawn drawing. Drawing, I feel, is a way for me to express myself, even if it might be just drawing lines to start with. Small things can turn into a masterpiece. Hope you enjoyed my presentation. Have a great evening.
Hello, I am Xavier, and ever since last year, I have loved to make 3D art models and characters. I have made 2 model characters, 2 models, and a custom character, and the 2 apps that I created with this Wonder, and a website called Hero Forge. Wonder is a 3D art software app that can be used to make models, create animations, and motion graphics. The inspired me to create Roots Group ever since last year, and this year I've been getting more inspired. I used to how-to video on how to make the Roots Cube. It took 2 days to make it. I also made the model work in the current Roots Cube, like you can in the actual Roots Cube. What inspired me to make the microphones at home, we have a lot of microphones, around 5 of them, and I wanted to make one of those microphones. I tried to add text to the microphone from the name of it, and it didn't work out. Hero Forge is a website where you can make characters and images. In my 5th hour, our teacher wanted to make 4 books for the students of concept sheets. We discussed a lot about making the theme. Some of us wanted to digitally, some of us presently, and eventually we all decided we wanted to do a movie. Our teacher also wanted us to make our own characters. I wanted to be the attacker side eventually, because I always like to attack when
Hello, my name is Angus and I'm a 9th grader at AIM High School. I have been drawing trains since I was in preschool. Today I will be presenting 3 of my train drawings. First, I use a website called Trainiacs to gather my references. When I find a reference that I want to use, I trace it onto paper with a mechanical pencil. Then I have a blank train canvas. I make copies of that and color it in with markers. These trains are called heritage units. They all have custom paint jobs that represent different companies, railroads, or have specific messages painted on them. This train, the Canadian National Heritage Unit, is owned by Canadian National, and it's a Canadian railroad company, being a very popular railroad in Michigan since the state shares a border with Canada. You've heard of the CN Tower in Toronto. That is actually owned by Canadian National. Moving on to CSX 1853, this train is actually a heritage unit for one of the many railroads, Chessie Seaboard Max. New York Central used to be a freight and passenger company. This particular train is made to carry freight. Heritage units are rare these days because these particular models are outdated. My last train is, in my opinion, a very cool heritage unit. This particular train is in honor of our police and law enforcement officers. It serves as a reminder of how important our police force is to society. All of these trains are made by General Electric, being part of the GE Evolution series, or GEVO for short. Thank you all for listening. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Shomer's getting the sandwiches ready. In the meantime, we're going to have our musical guest come back up and play some ambiance. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started with our next group of artists. We got Kayla, Jordan, Octavian, and Lucas. Kayla, come on up.
Hello, my name is Kayla and I'm in the 10th grade at AIM High School. Tonight I will be presenting 2 books. I was inspired to take this picture because of my recent snowfall, and it was the snow left on the tree branches. I was standing in my kitchen's window looking outside, and I thought it'd be a beautiful picture. We had a gazebo in the backyard, and I loved to gaze at the wind view and get inspiration. For this picture, I used a photo app called Fuji. Fuji app gives your photos a vintage look using a light filter, like it was taken from a single-use camera. Using this app has inspired me to purchase photographs. The second photo I took from my car on the way home one evening. The picture in orange sunset was too beautiful and I had to capture the moment. I did use this Fuji filter for this photo because the colors were so vibrant. Moving forward, I would really like to improve my photographic skills. I like to continue taking pictures of the land when I have and ending them with a filter to see what the scene I will create. Thank you for listening. Enjoy your evening.
Hello, my name is Jordan Kimbrough. I have a few pieces displayed here today. I'm a senior at AIM High, and I've been 3D modeling for about 4 years now, and I've been drawing more recently since around, I'd say, 10th grade. The first, I guess, 2 pieces are 2 projects that I work on for my intro to CGI and 3D digital art class. The first one is you can see it from the name, but it's a dragon cannon. Spent about, I'd say, a month or 2 on it. I'd say I spent about a month or 2 on both of these. And one thing that I really like about 3D modeling is just kind of its uses in a lot of media. It can be used for like movies, TV shows, just advertisements, like basically it can be used for a lot of stuff. I also like a lot of the time when you're 3D modeling, you enter kind of roadblocks and issues, and it's very satisfying and rewarding to get past those issues. And then when you get to the finished product, it just makes it all feel a lot better. And then onto the drawing. This is the 5th one of these that I've made. I like to use mechanical pencil for these pieces a lot because that way I don't have to go back and sharpen the pencil over and over again, and I can just kind of get into a sort of flow and just kind of keep on drawing for as long as I want to until I want to stop. This is the first one where I've decided to add color. I don't really add color to a lot of my drawings, so I'm kind of experimenting with that a bit. I've been focusing a lot on lighting as of late, and I think I've improved a bit in that since the past couple months. And yeah, one thing that I like about the way that I draw is that there's not really, I wouldn't really say there's a theme to it, and that kind of helps me just kind of like think of whatever I want and just kind of draw with eyes or what if it doesn't fit with whatever. And that's basically all I have. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Octavia, and I'm in 10th grade at AIM High School. I've been drawing for about 3 years. Anime characters are one of my favorite things to draw. The main source of my inspiration is Horikoshi, the creator of My Hero Academia. I have drawn 2 characters from the show, Deku and Bakugo. For these pieces, I use pencil and markers for my art kit. Typically, I would sketch these characters out, then sometimes I would color them in. One thing I would like to improve on is drawing the eyes, specifically the pupil and the iris. If the eyes are off, it throws off the whole picture. One way I can work on this skill is by practicing. I usually try not to let my wrist do all the work and utilize my full arm when I'm drawing. This helps me control where I'm drawing and improves my range of motion. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Lucas. I'm a 10th grader at AIM High School. I'm presenting my costume rendering of Cinderella and the Evil Stepmother. My inspiration was old Hollywood costume design with a modern spin. My current favorite costume designer is Sandy Powell, who designed costumes for Cinderella, Wolf of Wall Street, and Mary Poppins Returns, along with other hit movies. She is also a prevalent designer for Broadway shows. I really like the use of historical reference along with a modern day reference to create a unique look. Her style is recognizable and iconic that her silhouette stands out in a crowd. To create this rendering, I drew a sketch with markers and a smaller piece of paper. I projected the sketch onto a canvas and traced the design. From there, I used pencil and markers to complete the drawing. This is the largest drawing I have ever done. I am very proud of it. And trying to recreate the original to a larger scale and the detailing and fabric was probably the most difficult part. I prefer to use markers because they are easy to control. My background in performing arts have been in acting and dancing since I was 3 years old. But I've always been drawn to backstage and the design work. Wearing fun, elaborate costumes to get you into the character, I want to be part of the process to give the actors something to transform into their character. Thank you.
All right, let's give it up one more time for our talented student artists. And that concludes our art exhibition reception. Yeah. Thank you guys all so much for coming out. We do have dessert coming out here, so please, you guys, help yourself to food and drinks. Take some home, put it in your purse, your pocket, whatever. We got plenty to go around. And then we got plenty of time. If you guys haven't seen the art downstairs, please do so. If you guys don't know where it is, ask me or another AIM High staff member. I think we all know where it is. So yeah, thank you guys again. This was so fun. Looking forward to doing it again next year. So yeah, have a good night, you guys.